Okay, I will continue. Got on within. Now, tips for using games. Games can be used in a variety of learn situations. Among the situations are: the first, when the teacher wants to introduce new vocabulary. The second, when the students need to practice or review the linguistic points they have learned. And the third, when the teacher wants to energize the class. Before using games to teach or reinforce linguistics, the teacher should consider the objective of the linguist lesson and use a game that helps teach or reinforce the linguist in the lesson. The following tips will help teachers select and conduct games appropriately. Let's continue. The teacher should prepare the game ahead of time. Students need to understand the instructions and our roles of the game. Next, because games can give meaningful linguistic practice to students, it will be useful for the teacher to build up a collection of different types of games with specific purpose for different linguistic levels. Next, teachers should not use a game as the only lesson activity and should not use them to evaluate students. Games must be suitable to the student linguistic level and must have a learning objective. Next, games should encourage students to focus on the use of language rather than on the language itself. Next, games should keep all of the students involved and interested, and any competition should be positive and friendly. And if students become bored with an activity, just stop paying attention. So games must be ended when the fun is still at its peak. Let's continue new. Now the types of games. Types of games. Collaborative games. Collaborative games are those in which those are with one another rather than compete with it. Following on the instructions for a collaborative game called Whisper. Divide the students into several groups and have them form lines with about 1 meter distance between each line. The teacher asks the first student from each group to come forward and show them a sentence in English. The student must memorize the sentence and whisper it to the second student in their line. The second student repeats the sentence to the next student and the procedure is repeated until the sentence has been whispered to the last student in the line. On the teacher chart, the last student in each line says the whispered sentence aloud. The winner is the group that first finishes the task with the most correct sentence. Finally, the teacher should not try to find who makes the mistakes in each group, but instead keep the focus on language use and collaboration. Thanks all. Is that so? Thank you so much.